guys! It's been a while since I've made a video reaching out to you all. I feel like we've done a lot in Google Hangouts and in Google Classroom, but I wanted to connect a little bit more with you with a face here. So a couple things that I wanted to start off saying was I am so proud of all of you. You all are really taking these NTI days and running with it. I was looking just a few minutes ago and I saw that there's at least 30 of you who have finished all the power focus areas for social studies already. That's amazing. Great work. There's very few of you who are red, which is great. You're staying on track and I'm so glad of that. I know that many of you have expressed concerns that the work is getting overwhelming. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of getting sick of being at home. I want to go to school. I want to be in the classroom with you all. I don't enjoy working from home very much, but hey, it's what we have to do to be healthy and to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe, and that's okay. So we're going to work with what we have. But I know that this might be getting challenging for many of you, and that's why I wanted to make this video. First off, let me say, my goal for you is not to make social studies the most stressful or overwhelming class you have. In fact, my hope is that social studies can be maybe the easiest class you have, the one that you can knock out, or the one that you feel confident that you're not falling behind in. So I want to remind you that the assignments that I'm having you do, I've not added anything to social studies. There's no extra work that we didn't already discuss having to do in March, right? We still have 2 focus areas that we need to get through and 2 projects. Many of you have done 1 or more of the projects. Many of you are through all of the focus areas or just have 1 more left. Those are really the only key requirements that I'm asking you to do. Now, of course, there's additionals. I highly encourage you to do additionals. There's really cool stuff to learn about in those additionals, and it boosts your grade. Miss Brittingham and I did decide to add a challenge focus area for those of you who have made it further ahead. And that challenge focus area is about World War I and the United States' role in World War I. But it's a challenge, so it does not affect your grade whether or not you do it. It's more like, hey, I've never learned about World War I before. I want to know a little bit more. Here's an opportunity. So for that, you don't have to stress about that. It's not a requirement. It's just something I put in there because I know many of you have expressed interest in learning about World War I, and it ties in nicely with industrialization and immigration. So everything kind of fits together pretty well. But okay, let's go through the 4 assignments you've had from the start and kind of when we hope to finish those. You really need to be looking at social studies as just PLT, PBL time. So I can't tell you necessarily, you need to study this focus area for 45 minutes. Some of you may only need to do the Kahoot review and you can get a 10 out of 10 on the assessment. Others of you may need to study a lot more. You might need to watch videos multiple times. Maybe you need to reach out to me and we work on the assessment together. Doesn't matter your situation. You have to decide what is best for you, and I'll be happy to help you. Whether that's a lot more of me being involved in Hangouts, talking through the test questions, or maybe you're good on your own and you're just going to go for it. Either way is fine, and I am here to help you and support you. So we have 4 assignments, you could say, that we've had since March. We have 2 projects, and we won't count reconstruction since almost everyone's through that. We have 2 projects and our 2 focus areas, okay? So let's look at projects first. We have the social impacts of the Civil War web quest. I've made that due next Friday, so you still have 1 more week to work on that. You've had a lot of time to get working on that. It's just a whole bunch of links. You'll look at different pictures, some different primary sources, and you answer questions. It might feel overwhelming because there's 19 different links to look through, but I don't think they should take you very long. Just spend 5 or 6 minutes on each link. Just give me your best answer. Don't stress about it. If you don't understand one of the links, email me. I'll talk you through it. So you can try to maybe knock that project out all at once. It might take you a little while. Or I suggest you just chunk it. Work on a few of the links each day. Maybe you spend 15, 20 minutes working on 3 or 4 of those links. And before you know it, you'll be done with that within a week. There is an instructions video here. This is linked, so you can click on that, and that's my instructions. I actually go over 2 of the stations in the video. So you actually would get 2 of the stations done. I help you answer the questions, so you can kind of see what I'm looking for. Now, the Inventions and Immigration one-pager, I would say this project should be even easier than the web quest. So what you're thinking about is either choosing an invention or an immigrant group that was coming to the United States in the early 1900s and just writing about it. You include 2 web sources, just the link, and some pictures, and you get to write and tell me why the light bulb was important or the contributions that Italian immigrants had in bringing their culture to the United States. So 2 projects. They really shouldn't overwhelm you. There's no checkpoints. I do want to pull up someone's platform here in Summit and just show you. You will see that over here, I don't know why they're an odd length, but the social impacts, you don't see the word web quest when you hover over it right away. So you gotta, that is the web quest, even though it doesn't say web quest right up the front. And then the other one is the Inventions project. It's tiny, but that one is over there. So there's both of those. We also have 2 focus areas left. So we have industrialization and immigration. Okay, so let's talk about those 2. I got some cool tips and tricks for you. So industrialization, I've linked some of the key resources. These are in Summit. I've also included other important videos and study guides in that CEMS class materials part of Summit. So I'll show you what that looks like. So if I'm on industrialization, there's the first objective you will see is called CEMS class materials. And I've linked the review videos, which I have down here, and the Kahoot review in our due dates document. So those are linked in 2 different places. In the review, I try to go over all of that key information you're going to see on the assessment. There's also the Kahoot review, which a new way of doing this is now we don't have to do it live. It's a challenge, so you actually can do the Kahoot on your own. I will say that for the Immigration and Urban Life Kahoot, I made it by literally copying and pasting the assessment questions and all of the multiple choice answers. So if you do the Kahoot for immigration, you will see literally every Summit question that you could be asked. So I highly recommend doing the Kahoots. I highly recommend looking at the videos. Maybe watch the videos, take a few notes, do the Kahoot, try the assessment. I really think that you are going to pass quickly if you followed that procedure. I'm also telling you, it's okay to use your notes on these assessments. If you watch a video, you jot down a few notes, use those notes on the assessment. I'm okay with that. If you find that you're taking an assessment multiple times and you're still struggling to pass, that's when I need to talk to you. So you need to just send me an email or a message in Hangouts. What I'm going to do then, if it's your 3rd or 4th try, I'm going to unlock your browser. And then as you take the test, I will be helping you in real time. So you can ask me a question. Be like, hey, can you help me with question number 3? And I can go look at what question you have. And we can talk about it, and I can help you get to the right answer. Okay? So that is all you have to do. 2 projects, 2 focus areas. Maybe 5 if you still have reconstruction, but that's very, very few of you. So 2 projects, 2 focus areas. We're really kind of thinking about next Friday and the following Friday kind of being our deadline for the projects and focus areas, but we still have more weeks of school. I just kind of want us to finish up a bit early so we have some time to make sure we're catching up if we're behind. So I want to emphasize that this class should not stress you out. If I were doing this, I would probably knock it all out at once. But I totally get that's not for everyone. So maybe instead of being overwhelmed, like, oh, I got to get all of social studies done, take another approach. Maybe set a timer. I would take my phone and set a timer for 20 minutes. See how much you can get done on the web quest in 20 minutes. Or how much of the one-pager you can get done. Or maybe 20 minutes is the perfect amount of time to watch the review videos. And then the next day, you set a timer for 20 minutes to do the Kahoot. So again, think about this as just PLT time. You have to manage your time. But I highly encourage you to set a limit. You really don't need to work on social studies more than 40 minutes a day. 20 to 40 minutes a day, I think that's going to set you up perfectly to finish this class on time or early. You just need to set that goal for yourself. What do you want to get done? How are you going to do it? And I will be here to answer any of your questions. So please, please, please email me, message me in Hangouts. We're going to get through this. I want to be done with this as much as possible so I can help you in other ways. So that's all I have for you. This video was longer than I thought it would be, but I hope it was helpful. One last thing is I have posted a very short survey in my Google Classroom on this post for today. So if you would please just take that survey as well. It just helps me figure out what we need to do, what I can do better, and what's going well for you, and just a time to check in. If you have any concerns that you want me to know about privately, you can tell me in that survey. I keep everything confidential and private. So with that being said, happy Friday. It's the weekend. Let's get through today, and we don't have that much longer. We can do this. We're going to hang in there. All right. Talk to y'all later.